Have you ever felt like you were stuck in a game you never agreed to play? One moment he's sweet, present, acting like you mean the world, and the next, cold, distant, unpredictable. He texts, disappears, comes back, then leaves you confused again. He gives just enough to keep you hoping, but never enough to feel secure. That kind of love is not love, it's control. And when a man plays games, it's not your job to figure out the rules. It's your job to walk off the field and let him lose access to you entirely. There's a saying, the moment you stop playing is the moment he starts losing. And that, queens, is where everything shifts. See, he expects you to react, to chase, to beg for clarity, but what shakes his soul the most isn't your anger, it's your silence. It's your ability to see the pattern, and instead of breaking down, you break free. Because once you realize that love is not supposed to feel like a test you're always failing, you become the kind of woman he can no longer play. Think of a rose behind glass, beautiful, powerful, untouchable. That's what you become the moment you stop entertaining his tricks. Games are for boys, and queens don't play, queens rule. You don't need to ask for consistency. You don't need to chase someone who shows up only when it's easy for him. Your energy is the prize. Your time is the gift. If he treats love like a game, then make your presence the consequence he cannot undo. A woman who is clear about what she wants cannot be played. She sees through mixed signals, through mind games, through emotional manipulation. She doesn't respond to confusion with more effort. She doesn't try to win a man who is busy playing. She steps back. She watches. She lets his actions speak. And when those actions show patterns of disrespect, she removes herself. Like a queen stepping off the battlefield with her crown still intact. And now, beautiful woman, this is the part where you remember who you are. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not here to be toyed with. You are power in motion. You are clarity in a world of confusion. You are the woman who no longer plays. Queens, this is your awakening. This is the shift. He plays games. You disappear from the arena. Let him feel the silence. Let him realize what he just lost. If this message touched something deep inside you, if it reminded you of your worth, your strength, and the love you truly deserve, then show some love back. Like this video and subscribe to the channel, queens. We are working day and night to create content that heals you, empowers you, and reminds you that you were never meant to be played with. You were meant to reign. Number 1. If he treats love like a game, let your absence be the prize he forfeited. Have you ever looked at a man and thought, is this love, or is this just a game to him? One day he's warm, the next he's cold. He pulls you in just close enough to keep you hooked, then pushes you away when he feels you care too much. You feel like you're chasing shadows, you're always guessing. But here's the truth, love should never feel like confusion. Love should never feel like a test. If he treats love like a game, then let your silence become the fun. Let your absence be the prize he no longer gets to claim. A man who plays games is not trying to love you, he's trying to control the story. He's waiting to see if you'll break your own heart just to stay close. But a woman who knows her worth doesn't fight for attention. She becomes the one he never stops remembering. You don't play to win his love. You walk away so he learns what it means to lose it. Don't chase those who leave. Don't beg for love. Your silence is the lesson. Your exit is the storm. That's not just a quote. It's a reminder that you're not his entertainment. You're the standard. If he wanted to keep you, he should have treated you like you mattered, not like a game to pass the time. Think of a rare pearl at the bottom of the ocean. It's not easy to reach. It's not meant for the hands of a man who isn't willing to dive deep, to put in the effort, to understand its value. But if he's too busy skipping stones on the surface, let him stay up there. Because a queen doesn't rise for the boy who never planned to meet her where she shines. Now is the time, beautiful woman, the time to stop waiting for him to get it, the time to stop proving your worth to someone who sees you as replaceable. He made his choice. Let your distance remind him of what he lost. Your glow, your love, your presence. It's not a toy, it's treasure. And if he treats love like a game, you exit like a queen, and let the silence remind him that he played himself. Write this in the comments and claim it. My absence is his consequence. Let the world know that from this moment on, you are done being a pawn in his story. You are the ruler of your own. And if this message lit something inside you, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to bring you life-changing, soul-shifting lessons, because you were never meant to be played. You were meant to reign. Number 2, he thinks he's keeping you guessing until you stop waiting for answers and disappear from the equation. 2, have you ever felt like he was keeping you in the dark on purpose? Like he was saying just enough to keep you holding on, but never enough to give you peace? One day he's warm, charming, full of sweet words. The next he pulls back, goes silent, leaves you wondering if you imagined everything. It's not an accident. It's a pattern. He wants to be the mystery that keeps you chasing. He wants to confuse your heart and call it chemistry. But let's be clear. Uncertainty is not attraction. It's manipulation dressed in charm. And once you see the pattern, you don't wait, you vanish. Don't waste your energy trying to decode a man who already made his intentions unclear. Walk away before his confusion becomes your lifestyle. That's not just advice, that's survival. Because a woman who lives in limbo forgets how to fly. And the more you wait for his words to make sense, the more you lose your voice. That's not love, that's a cage. And queens don't live in cages. They don't beg for clarity, they don't chase shadows. They shine so brightly, the ones who can't handle the light simply fall away. Imagine a puzzle with one piece that keeps moving. Every time you think you've almost solved it, it changes shape. That's what it feels like to be with a man who plays mind games. He feeds you just enough to keep you near, but never enough to let you feel safe. And you deserve safety. You deserve peace. You deserve a love that doesn't make you feel like you're in constant suspense. So when he plays hot and cold, your job is not to warm him up. It's to step out of the equation completely and leave him guessing. Because the most powerful thing you can do is nothing at all. No message, no warning, no explanation, just distance. Let your absence be the loudest response. Let him sit with the silence he once filled with confusion. Let him wonder where you went and why it suddenly feels so empty without your light. And now, beautiful lady, it's time. You don't owe him another second of your soul. You don't live on hold. You don't thrive in confusion. You reign in clarity. You rise in truth. And when a man makes you guess, the only answer he should get is goodbye. Write this in the comments, queens, and let it echo in his absence. I don't wait for clarity, I walk in it. We are here creating real lessons that will change your life and remind you, you were never meant to be a game piece, you were meant to reign. Number 3, the one who plays with fire will always get burned, especially when the fire stops warming and starts walking. Have you ever seen a man light a fire just to stand close enough for warmth, but never close enough to commit? He enjoys the heat, but pulls back when it burns a little too real. That's how he treats you, like a flame he can toy with. He gets close, disappears, returns again when it's convenient. He plays his little games, thinking you'll always burn for him. But here's the truth he didn't expect. The one who plays with fire will always get burned, especially when the fire stops warming and starts walking. He thought your love was endless. He thought you'd stay loyal while he gave you half effort. He believed that your heart would always be open, your messages always ready, your attention always there. But he forgot something very important. Fire doesn't wait. Fire moves. Fire transforms. And once the warmth turns into silence, once the passion turns into distance, that's when he realizes he lost something he can never recreate. A wise woman once said, "You don't play with a fire you're not prepared to respect." That's exactly what happened. He thought this was a game, but queens don't play. You're not here to be tested. You're not here to entertain his confusion. You're not here to light up his life only when it's dark and leave yourself burnt out in the process. Think of a candle in a storm. Fragile at first, yet when protected it becomes the guiding light. But ignored, it goes out. That was your love. Soft but strong. Real. And now that it's gone, now that you've taken that flame and moved forward, all he's left with is cold memories and empty space. And that, queens, is the burn that lingers. The fire didn't hurt him when it was glowing. It hurts him now that it's missing. You don't chase him. You don't argue. You don't explain why he lost access. You simply rise. You glow in places he'll never reach. You love yourself harder than he ever could. You attract a man who doesn't play, because your heart is not a game console. It's a crown jewel. People write this in the comments and claim it, queens. I was the fire. He just wasn't ready to handle it. Let him learn the lesson. Let him feel the cold. And let the world know you are not a spark to play with. You are the flame that lights empires. We are working hard to bring you these lessons, these truths, these reminders, because you are never meant to be played with, queen. You are meant to reign. Number 4. If he ghosts, you vanish. If he withholds, you detach. If he plays, you reign. Have you ever noticed how quiet a room becomes when the one who once couldn't stop texting suddenly disappears without a word? That cold silence, that drop in energy, that heavy stillness that makes you question your worth? That's what it feels like when he ghosts you, as if you were just a temporary space to fill. But listen closely. That silence, it's not rejection. It's a signal for you to rise, not chase. Vanish with grace, not beg for crumbs. If he ghosts, you vanish. If he withholds, you detach. If he plays, you reign. Let him wonder where you went. Let him sit in the silence he created. A man who disappears on purpose is not mysterious. He is manipulative. And you're not here to decode confusion or stay stuck in waiting rooms of almost love. You are here to choose peace over patterns, power over pleading. The moment you stop explaining yourself to a man who keeps you guessing is the moment you begin ruling your own world. Don't chase what disappears on purpose. What walks away is making room for what won't. Remember that. A woman who walks in her worth does not trail behind games. She sets her own pace. And if he can't match it, he's left behind. Imagine a candle in a dark room. At first, it's the only source of light, but once the sun rises, that candle is forgotten. That's you, queen. You are the sun. He blew out the flame, thinking you'd be left in darkness. But now, you've become the day he can't escape. You were not made to be part of his game. You were made to be the end of it, the one he couldn't play. The one who smiled, stepped back, and built an empire in silence. When he withholds love, affection, clarity, give him nothing back, not a word, not a second chance. Let him feel the power of a woman who no longer reacts. Let your stillness say what your lips no longer need to. So now, lovely woman, here's your moment. The moment you rise so high that even his pride won't let him admit he lost you. You don't owe him a response. You owe yourself peace. When he plays games, remind him you weren't made for the playground. You were made for the throne. Write this in the comments and claim it. I do not chase games. I reign in silence. Queens, drop that affirmation below and let the world know your crown is not shaken by confusion. If this message spoke to your heart, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard every day to bring you the healing, the truth, and the power that helps you take your throne back, because you were never meant to beg. You were meant to reign. Number 5. He will test you to see if you'll tolerate crumbs. Your silence should scream that you were born for feasts. Have you ever wondered why he gives just enough to keep you close, but never enough to give you peace? Why the sweet words come, but the actions fall short? Why he knows exactly when to text, exactly when to disappear, exactly when to reappear like nothing happened? It's not confusion, beautiful woman. It's a test. He wants to see how little you'll settle for. He wants to know if you'll accept crumbs and still call it love. But you were not born to beg. And the moment you realize that, the game is over. Not for you, but for him. There's a quote that says, if you accept less than you deserve, you'll always get even less than you accepted. That's how he moves. He slowly pulls back, bit by bit, just to see if you'll stay. He won't say it out loud, but he's watching closely. Will she notice I stopped showing up? Will she say something when my words don't match my actions? And when you stay silent, not from fear, but from power, that's when everything shifts. Your silence should not sound like weakness. Your silence should scream, I was born for more. Think of yourself as a grand banquet table, overflowing, rich, filled with all you bring, loyalty, love, strength, beauty. Now imagine a man who walks in, ignores everything on the table, and asks if you have a snack. He doesn't want to pour into you. He doesn't want to serve. He just wants to nibble and leave. That's how he plays. He throws out little bits of affection to keep you emotionally hungry, but queens don't survive off scraps. Queens feast, and any man who cannot sit with honor at your table should not even be allowed near your door. This is your moment. The moment you stop explaining why you need more. The moment you stop trying to be low maintenance just to be liked. The moment you realize he is not confused, he is comfortable. And now you change the rules. You stop showing up where you're being tested. You stop entertaining someone who treats you like an option. You stop answering the games, and you start building your throne. Beautiful woman, write this in the comments and claim it. No more crumbs. I was born for feasts. Let the world know that from this moment forward, you are done shrinking, done waiting, done chasing. We are working hard to create content that helps you heal, rise, and reign. Because queens like you weren't made to play, you were made to rule. Number 6, let him play while you build. Let him flirt while you focus. Let him guess while you glow. Have you ever watched a man act like love is a joke while expecting you to take him seriously? He flirts like loyalty means nothing, disappears like your time has no value, and shows up only when it's easy for him. He treats your heart like it's something to pass the time with, not something to protect, cherish, or respect. But here's the twist he never saw coming. While he plays, you build. While he distracts himself, you discover yourself. While he gambles with your love, you grow into the woman he could never afford to lose. There is a truth he doesn't understand yet. A queen doesn't fight for a place in a game built to break her. She walks away and builds an empire so powerful he has to watch from the sidelines. And that's exactly what you are about to do. Let him flirt. Let him guess. Let him think you're still waiting while you level up in silence. The moment you stop explaining, stop asking, stop showing up just to be met with confusion, that's when he loses. Because a woman who turns her pain into purpose is a force that no man can play with again. Imagine a storm. Loud, wild, unpredictable. That's him. Now imagine a mountain. Still, steady, unmovable. That's you when you stop playing his game. He'll keep trying to shake you, to pull you back into his drama, to trigger your reaction. But queens don't react. Queens redirect. You don't need to yell, argue, or prove anything. You build, you glow, you rise, and that glow, it hits him harder than any words ever could. He thought he had time. He thought you'd always stay one text away. But now, he watches from afar as you become too high for his games to ever reach again. You're not ignoring him. You're evolving. You're not hurting. You're healing in silence and building in power. And this, beautiful woman, is the shift. The moment you stop being an option and start being the whole prize. The moment you stop reacting to crumbs and start feasting on your own power. The moment you walk like the throne already belongs to you, because it does. Affirm this now and write it in the comments. While he plays, I build. Say it, own it, and let the world feel the fire behind those words. Queens, we are building more than content here. We are building strength, clarity, and a movement of women who will never again play small. Number 7. He thought he could juggle you like an option until you became the one thing he can't replace. He thought you would always be there. He thought he could toss your heart into the air like a coin, juggle you between his options, and still come back whenever he pleased. He believed you were just another woman in rotation, one who would sit quietly while he played, one who would accept the bare minimum and call it love. But here's the truth he never saw coming. You were never an option. You were the rare one, the one he should have chosen, respected, protected, and now you've become the one he can't replace, not even in his wildest dreams. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's the life he chose when he decided to turn your heart into a toy. He thought he was clever. He thought he was in control. But real love doesn't play games. Real love doesn't confuse, doesn't disappear, doesn't compare. A man who juggles women never expects one of them to drop herself and walk away like a storm in heels. He thought he could get away with it until you stopped showing up. Imagine a stage performer juggling fire. At first, the crowd is impressed. But the longer he goes, the more careless he gets. He drops one, then another, and before he knows it, the flames are out. And so is the show. That's what happens when he juggles a queen. He thought you were part of the act. He didn't know you were the spotlight. You were not born to be on standby. You are not here to wait around while he figures it out. If he has to choose between you and chaos, you let him keep the chaos and watch you become everything he can never have again. Because a woman who knows her worth doesn't fight for attention, she commands it. And once she leaves, there's no return. The silence you leave behind becomes louder than anything he ever heard from you. You are not just walking away, you are rising. You are not fading, you are becoming fire. Let him feel the loss. Let him sit in the mess he made, because queens don't compete for love. Queens don't wait to be chosen. Queens reign. Write this in the comments and claim it. He can't replace what he never truly valued. Say it with power. Say it with pride, queens. And if this truth spoke to your soul, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working every day to bring you the wisdom, healing, and strength you deserve, because this isn't just content, it's your crown.